I've been campaigner against nuclear power for 22 years. Well, our nuclear business is not doing very well. For example, a Russian company which builds new nuclear reactors in other countries suffering economic losses. It was reported that losses in 2011 were 2 times more than in 2010. They experience a lot of problems in India, in Iran. They cannot start up reactors that are already built because of technical problems. And one more problem we have is with corruption and in nuclear industry, and this is why we have a lot of very bad equipment produced for nuclear plants, what we call shoddy equipment. And there was just last year there was big scandal with Russian company producing equipment for nuclear plants. It was identified that they were buying cheaper type of materials to produce equipment, and so now this equipment is dangerous, and there is an investigation going on. Well, there was 2 reactors in India. There was in China. There was one in Cuba, but it was cancelled. There was one under construction in Bulgaria, but last year Bulgaria said it will cancel the project. After Fukushima, they said no. There was several reactors in different countries. Some of them got cancelled. Some of them got completed. Oh, it's much less than 10. It's China and India mostly.
All right.
Oh, there is one in Iran, but there is a lot of technical problem. It's not clear how it will go on.
All right.
Well, after Fukushima, nuclear industry was very much on decline. It was just because many countries decided to phase out nuclear or freeze reactors or cancel reactors. Germany shut down 9 reactors out of 17, half of it, and they will shut down all the rest of reactors in the coming decade. Italy decided on the referendum that it will not come back to nuclear power. 94% said no. Just 2 months ago that Lithuania, a country in the European Union, voted no against 2 new Japanese reactors proposed. There was a decision by the government in Switzerland to not build new reactors. There was the same decision in Belgium. Statistic from 2012, from last year, shows that there was totally 35 nuclear reactors cancelled.
35?
Yeah, after Fukushima, in different countries, as the amount of losses, there were 35 reactors cancelled, worth of 124 billion of American dollars. Actually, experimenting with new nuclear reactors with technology in Southeast Asia. So they're trying to convince local governments that companies may even bring some money for new nuclear reactors, but then they will leave and leave nuclear waste and leave nuclear problems. And in the end, there will be new nuclear accidents. And what poor country is going to do about new accidents? I mean, now we see nuclear industry on decline and really having big problems, and it's probably the end on the global level. But of course they fighting for the future. Of course they're trying to sell new reactors, and this is why they came to Southeast Asia, because that's the last region with China and some other poorer countries where nuclear industry may be successful, and this is what we. Well, the Chinese government trying to develop all kinds of energy, and they do develop nuclear energy as well. So after Fukushima, there was a decision by Chinese government to stop with new nuclear reactors and do evaluation of the safety. Well, they have some nuclear plants, new plants under construction right now, but I don't think they will fulfill their governmental plan originally because it's getting more and more expensive and the new reactors delayed. And it costs more money to a companies that building. And when they do this, it's clear that they will stop building nuclear and will go ahead with renewables just because it's cheaper.
Yeah, but that...
And this is one of the problems with nuclear technology. It's because when you start to build nuclear plant, company tell you one time, but often it's going to be much longer than they tell you in the beginning. Sometimes, well, I mean, we have reactors under construction in Russia for almost 40 years. I mean, no one expected it will go for that long. The economics is very important. In most of the Western countries, nuclear did not work very well because of economics, not because of accidents, but because of economics. Like in the United States, private investment since 1978 did not go to nuclear industry because they saw with very first reactors, they saw that it's delayed year after year, and they're losing money. And in the US, if you know their market, then you know that if private investment is not going to some field, then this field is not developing. Everything in the US dependent on a private investment, and it's just not going to nuclear.
All right. Okay,
and,
one last question.
Well, I would say that don't buy nuclear technology because nuclear technology proved to be risky and economically disastrous, and it's also really create a threat of using nuclear material in terrorist attacks. So in the West, this technology rejected. This is why nuclear industry coming to Southeast Asia. Just say no.
กมลสุกินและวรัญญาจันทาทิพย์สำนักข่าวสิ่งแวดล้อม Green News TV รายงาน